We don't invest your money. We just educate you on the different types of investment vehicles. When you sit down with the financial planner, you're educated enough to know if someone is presenting something to you that falls in alignment.
This is Blair Durham with Black Wall Street Today, your media hub for all things Black entrepreneurship, politics, news, and events in Hampton Roads and beyond.
And now, here's your host, Blair Durham.
Welcome back. It's the 116th edition of Black Wall Street Today with Blair Durham. In a moment, our final guest for the day, but really quickly, I want to highlight those that have joined as members of Black Brand. Here in the last several days, I want to extend a warm welcome to Latasha Holloway with the Virginia Beach Coalition, to Chanel Purvis with Purvis Network Incorporated, to Cheryl Young with the Young Management Consulting LLC, also to Amelia Ross Hammond, Dr. Amelia Ross Hammond with the Virginia African American Cultural Center, and to Darius Davenport with Crenshaw, Ware, and Martin PLC. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so blessed to have you. And now it's time to welcome Miss Serena Mann. She is the Credit Doctor of Virginia, an entrepreneur, educator, and community advocate. She's been serving the Hampton Roads community for over 12 years with a host of resources promoting holistic health. Her background is in early childhood development, financial literacy, and business development. Serena, welcome, welcome. How are you?
Hey, Blair. Thank you for letting me be here today. I'm great. How are you?
I am awesome. It's good to see you, and it's great to have you on the show. This piece about credit is so super duper important. Help us to appreciate, why does this matter right now?
Well, credit definitely matters. We like to refer to credit as our financial heartbeat, because so many things with your financial goals is based on your credit, such as if you're looking to buy a home, then you definitely have to have your credit in a certain place. If you're looking to get certain jobs, they will not give you those jobs, even if you're meeting all the educational requirements. If your credit is not in a certain place, it determines your interest rates on loans that you get, such as auto loans. And that's one of the major things that we have identified that's really holding people in financial bondage, is paying very high interest rates on auto loans. And then lastly, it also determines your auto insurance rates. So we want to make sure that people understand that if you're not keeping your credit up to par, you're basically paying more money for being broke.
Yeah, I've heard that said. So let's get into it, right? Let's have the credit repair conversation. My minuscule understanding is really based on the fact that folks don't understand the laws associated with credit, right? Are there certain protections in place for us as consumers that we need to be aware of as we're looking to repair our credit scores or repair our credit reports?
Absolutely. And I just like to give this disclaimer, because our company is a financial education company, so we want to teach you how to fish. So yes, we have the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and also the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, and also FACTA, which is an amendment to the Fair Credit and Reporting Act. All three of these things protects consumers in a way of making sure that there's nothing on your credit report that is not accurate or properly verified. So what does that mean? Well, properly verified means it could be yours. It could be your collection, your repossession, your bankruptcy, whatever. However, you have the right to make sure that the credit bureau properly verifies that account. And if they cannot properly verify it, it gives you, the consumer, the chance to get it off of your credit report.
That's huge. Because a lot of times there are errors on our credit reports, right? And so it's up to us as consumers to kind of review that credit report. How often would you recommend the review process? Would you say annually is enough, or what would you say?
Absolutely not just annually. Annually is a start. I would suggest that you do it at least once a month. For me personally, I do it once a week, sometimes every couple of days, because you're always having new information that's coming up there. And there's so much accessibility to our personal information with this digital age that you don't want to be a victim of identity theft. You don't want someone to be out putting stuff in your name and running up your credit in a bad way. And then you find out months later when you finally decide to check your credit. So if you're being proactive with monitoring your credit and seeing what's going on, then you'll be in a better position to deal with any of those inaccuracies.
Yeah. So Serena, once we've taken the time to go through the disputing process, right? So we've looked at our credit report, we've kind of made contact with the credit bureaus, and we're going through, and items are potentially being removed from our credit that are inaccurate. What are some of the things that you and your company teach when people are looking to start to build positive credit? So how are you helping them in that regard?
Well, there's a few different ways that you can build positive credit. If you're just getting started, or even if you've had a hard start and you might have had a bankruptcy or something and you're looking to start over, you can take into account doing an authorized user. That's simply adding on to someone else's credit card that has a good payment history and has a low utilization. And make sure that you check it first, because if you get added onto someone's credit card that has a lot of late payments, or they have a high utilization, which means if they have $1,000 limit and they have used $900, that's a 90% utilization. That's too high. So that would, in essence, hinder you and hurt your score and what you're trying to do with building positive credit. So if you can find someone that has no late payments and a good utilization under 30%, you can add on to theirs, and that will help you build credit. You can also do a secured credit card. It's like a credit card with training wheels, where you will put down a deposit in good faith that you plan on making the right choices with the card. And after about 6 months, most providers will change your card from secured to unsecured. And that's because you've managed the credit properly. And then lastly, you can also look at doing what's called a secure installment loan. And a lot of times they offer these at your bank. It's the same thing as a secured card. It's just an installment loan. And that matters because 10% of your credit score is your mix, the mixture between installment and revolving accounts. So you want to make sure you're being mindful of having those two different types of accounts on your credit report when you're building credit.
Yeah, that was actually going to be my next question to you, is what is the mix that determines that credit score? So what are the things that the bureaus are considering when that credit score is developed?
Well, the credit formula is 35, 30, 15, 10, and 10. 35% of your score, guys, is just simply paying your accounts on time that report to the credit bureau. And sometimes people don't understand what those accounts are. So it's like a car note, a mortgage, any type of loan, anything that you've had to go through a process of being approved for, more than likely is going to report to the credit bureau. So if you have to choose between paying something late each month, if something comes up, always pay your minimum payment to the items that report on your credit. The other things, such as utility bills and such, you can pay those a little bit later because they're not going to show up on your credit. The next largest section is your utilization, as we just mentioned. 30% of your score is based off of how you use the credit that's given to you. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your utilization under 30%. 15 goes for your length of credit history, simply how long you've had credit. 15%. Now, keep in mind, every time you add on a new account, they're going to take the average of all your accounts, and that's going to determine your length of credit history. So what that means is don't apply for new accounts unless you need them. The next part is inquiries, and that's when you are applying for a new account. There's two types of inquiries, a hard and a soft. The hard inquiry does show up on your report, and it does cost you to lose a couple of points, which you will recover if you get what you are applying for. And then the other type is a soft inquiry, where it's just simply you checking your credit yourself to see where you are. And you can do that with platforms such as Credit Karma. You can use Credit Sesame, NerdWallet. All those give you a free look at your credit reports. The last section is your credit mix. And that's just simply revolving and installment accounts. If you have both of those, then you get that 10% credit in your overall score.
Nice breakdown. Appreciate you, again, doing the due diligence to be well versed in this subject area. So with the Credit Doctor VA, what services are you providing to the consumer?
Well, we are very unique where we provide a full circle of services, starting with the foundation of credit and budgeting. We call those two husband and wife because they have to work together in order to have the best financial foundation. You have to have those two things communicating so that you don't have to have turmoil in the marriage, so to speak. The next thing that we provide is retirement planning. And with that, we just help you figure out what does retirement look like to you. We help you organize your thoughts. And then from that point, if you have a plan, we can help you evaluate it to see if it's meeting your goals. If it's not, we can help you tweak it. If you don't have a plan at all, we can help you develop one from start to finish. And then lastly, asset protection. We help you protect all of the things that you've built up, from getting your credit score up, saving money, eliminating your debt. Then we help you protect all of those different things.
Wow. Okay. So not just credit here. You're really a full service, almost an estate planning, financial planning company, but starting with the credit piece.
Well, we are financial educators, and the difference is we get people in position to work with financial planners. Financial planners normally have to have a securities license, and they have a fiduciary agreement because they're investing your money. We don't invest your money. We just educate you on the different types of investment vehicles. When you sit down with the financial planner, you're educated enough to know if someone is presenting something to you that falls in alignment with your plan. If they're not, then you don't have to worry about being taken advantage of.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. What else do you want to share?
Well, I want to share with everyone, we also have a nonprofit organization called Impact Individuals Making Positive Active Change Together. And in the spirit of unity, we are doing a virtual event on March 20th. It's the Hampton Roads Big 3 TikTok Battle Royale. And our theme is to engage youth to live, speak, and move for a purpose. So we will be using the TikTok platform to give children this place of positive self-expression and a chance to enter to win a $500 educational scholarship. So if you know anyone that has a child between the ages of 10 and 17 that would like to potentially participate in this contest, please feel free to contact us. Our number is 1-844-2-UP-FICO. Again, that's 1-844-287-3426. Or you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Individuals Making Positive Active Change Together. Or you can just look for me, Serena Mann, the credit doctor of VA.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Tell me the name of the event again. I want to type it in our chat here.
Sure. The Hampton Roads Big 3 TikTok Battle Royale.
TikTok Battle Royale. Clever. I'm loving it. Okay. And so is this half day event, couple hours?
It's going to be a 1 hour event on March the 20th. It's going to be a live broadcast. We've already started accepting registration. So the children right now are just uploading their videos to the TikTok platform using the hashtag that we have developed, and we're monitoring their views. The 5 children that get the most views will go to our final event, which will take place on March 20th, and they will battle it out for that title of TikTok Royale Champion.
Love it. Super creative. Okay. And so you mentioned a couple of ways that you could be contacted. We've got about 3 minutes remaining. Share with us those again, the platforms where we can find your company.
Sure. You can find us on Facebook under Individuals Making Positive Active Change Together. That's for our nonprofit. Or you can also go to our Credit Doctor of VA page on Facebook. Or you can just connect with me directly, Serena Mann, and I will send you those links if you can't find the names of the companies. You can call us at 1-844-2-UP-FICO, 1-844-287-3426. And you can also email us at serena@thecreditdoctorofva.com.
Yeah, I got to ask this. How'd you know you were going to get into this kind of work? When did you kind of make that decision that, you know what, this is what I'm going to do?
I really think it shows me all my life, because when I look over the way that I grew up, I've always been grown to be of service to people. And my background, as you mentioned, is early childhood education. So really my relationships with my families that I take care of their children was the catalyst that got me into understanding that it's not just childcare that people need. Grown-ups need care too. Absolutely. They need help with their finances. If their finances are a mess, they're not going to be in the best position to take care of their kids. So it's all a holistic circle that we have to consider in order for people to get their best outcome. So I just love helping. I love empowering people and just seeing the changes that take place when people can come in alignment with their purpose.
Yeah. Do you offer employment opportunities or any kind of internship opportunities or anything like that you want to share?
We have a youth entrepreneurship program in our nonprofit where we do give youth throughout the community, ages 11 and up, a chance to come out and volunteer. They learn the internal workings of the business side. They learn about marketing. They learn about community engagement, relationship building, all those sorts of things. So if anyone's interested in registering their child with that program, we also have a travel abroad piece where the children that participate in the different projects that see them through in their entirety have a chance to go on the different trips that we have. We just had one that we took a couple of kids to Florida last month. And then back in November, in September, we did a trip to Williamsburg, just to expose people to different things outside of their norm.
I love it. Thank you again so much. We're out of time, but this was very informative. I'm so excited about the work that you're doing in and throughout the region. What you're doing with young people, I think, is fantastic.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, and right back at you. Iron sharpens iron. And like I always say, alone we are limited, but together we are limitless.
Big facts. Thanks again. And I certainly look forward to having you back on the show.
Talk soon.
Phenomenal. Stay with us online at Black Wall Street Today on Facebook and Black Wall Street Today on Instagram, and then follow us on Twitter as well at BWS Today. We look forward to talking again next week. Have a wonderful week. I have said, and I will continue to say, that the most important priority for the Black community is the Black community, not a particular political party.
Phenomenal. Hey, yo, when I say black, you say Wall Street. Black Wall Street. When I say black, you say Wall Street. Black. When I say black, you say Wall Street. Black. When I say black, you say Wall Street. Black. Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street.
Phenomenal.